Hi, welcome back to Thrifty in OKC. If you are just joining the channel and this is your first time watching, I am a part-time reseller who lives in Oklahoma City, hence the Thrifty in OKC. I've been reselling for about 20 years, but I am new to YouTube and fairly new to sharing information on reselling, but I feel like there's a lot of videos out there from folks who live in big cities and not as many from people like me who live in maybe a little bit smaller place. And we have different kinds of challenges in trying to find merchandise and things. So I have started making videos. So if you like what you hear today, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you can, leave a comment below because it helps drive some traffic over. I am trying to work to build this YouTube channel. That being said, today I thought I might do a quick video about the Goodwill Outlet, aka the bins. I have done a couple of how-to videos lately and not any haul videos because I have not been finding a lot. So that happens. You do hit dry spells. Probably anywhere you live, you're going to hit a dry spell. So I have not been finding a lot of stuff to purchase. So I don't have any haul videos to do. And we had a flood in our kitchen over New Year's. So I have not been listing as much, which means I don't really have a good selling video to give you either. So I thought I would just share a little bit about the bins, especially if you are in a smaller town in the Midwest, somewhere that's not big, just to give you my experience and some tips for going and what you should bring. So I love the Goodwill Outlet. I've been going there for a long, we've had one for, I don't even know how long, for a long time. To me, it's like a thrift store on steroids. If you love to hunt for things and you like a good deal, the Goodwill Outlet is going to be for you. It is a lot of digging. Everything is in bins. At ours, things are separated by clothing, shoe bin, we have a book bin section, and we have a small goods section and then a large goods section. That's going to be like small goods, electronics, video games, DVDs, VHS, stuff like that. The larger goods are going to be like big pictures. We have some furniture, but it is dirt cheap. So it's a great place to source inventory or even things for yourself. I've bought quite a few items there that I've kept. But I love shopping there for Poshmark. I like shopping there for eBay and Etsy as well. I find some great vintage items. So the first thing you got to know about going to the bins is depending on where you're located, it can be aggressive. Ours is not. We have very nice people. I mean, I've encountered very nice people at our Goodwill Outlet. I think in some of the bigger cities where it's really competitive and they've got a lot of great stuff coming through, like high-end designer, you're probably going to get a lot more competitive folks. We don't have a lot of high-end designer. I get a lot of bread and butter there. That's not to say I don't ever find anything, but it's just not super common. So most in our bins, people are fighting over shoes. And when I say fighting, just meaning they're grabbing, they're aggressive when the new shoe bins roll out. But you don't have to be aggressive to get great stuff. So know that going in. You know, the other thing I would tell you when you first walk in the door is to look at the pricing because everything is priced per pound. And a lot of times the price goes down considerably if you get over a certain pound amount. So like clothing, for example, is $1.49 a pound. If you get over 20 pounds, I think it goes down to 99 cents. So I always try to get 20. I mean, if I'm going to have 18 pounds, might as well find some other crap to get 2 more pounds, and it really cuts the ticket item down. So they should have a large sign by the registers wherever your Goodwill Outlet is. So I would say definitely take a look at that when you start digging through things, because you want to maximize, get as much bang for your buck as you can. Our Goodwill, the people are very nice. If you go up and say, hey, will you weigh this for me? They will weigh it for you, and you'll know how close you are to 20 pounds. So our Goodwill also, you have to separate out all of your clothing type items and your hard good items. So we try to bring 2 bags, and as we pull stuff and we decide what we're going to keep, we put some in the in our recycle bag that is clothing, and then we have the second recycle bag for the other. It just makes it much easier when you check out to just be able to put the bag down, she rings it, put the other bag down, she rings it. I don't know that that's like that everywhere because this is the only bins that I've ever been to, but that's how they do it where I am. So just a tip, you definitely want to come in with a bag. At ours, if you're not there within the first 30 minutes, you ain't getting a basket. So come in with a very oversized bag that you can stuff lots and lots of stuff in. Worst case, you fill your bag up, you check out, you come back in with your empty bag, dump all the crap in your car, and come back in with the empty bag. I've done that before. So, but having one very large bag You see lots of people post about IKEA bags. Those are great bags to use just because they're really, really tough and sturdy. If you are dead set on getting a basket and you have to have one, get there when they open, because if your Goodwill outlet is like mine, you're not going to get a basket if you don't get there when they open. So those are my initial going in tips. Things I like to bring with me just so I have them. A fanny pack. I always bring a fanny pack. You do not want to be having to keep up with a handbag in there. A lot of times if you get a cart, you can't get it down the aisles. You've got to kind of set it to the side. And it's hard when people are all grabbing for things to be trying to keep even a crossbody bag. It can just, it's falling. Get a fanny pack or figure out how to get stuff in your pockets. I like to make sure I have a phone. I try to have some hand sanitizer if I can. I try to have a couple of AA batteries if I can, just in case I need something to test. I use my phone as a magnifying glass so I don't get a loop. Some people have a loop to look and see if there's markings on things. Gloves. A lot of people use gloves. Our outlet has the like surgical looking gloves. I don't know what you call those. Latex gloves that you can use. I don't use gloves. I like to be able to touch the fabric. So I worked for Neiman Marcus for a number of years, and I can, and you can too, if you train yourself, feel when I feel something that feels like a really luxe, that cashmere, something with sequins. I love sequins. I got a hair in my mouth. I can feel it. So I prefer to be able to stick my hands all the way down to the bottom of the bin and see what I feel. And I cannot do that with gloves on. That being said, I have been cut a few times. Last time I got stuck with the wooden skewer and bled. So if you're going to go with no gloves, you might also go with Band-Aids. Just a thought. But a lot of people do that. You might bring a bottle of water or a snack bar. So we usually bring a granola bar or something, my husband and I. You get in there, you think you're going to be in there for an hour or 2 hours, and then you're in there for like 6 hours because they keep rolling out new stuff, and you want to get in the hubbub and you want to look at it. Trust me, bring a granola bar. Even if you leave it in your car and you go outside and you take a little mini break and eat your granola bar and take some drinks. Our Goodwill outlet does have a bathroom, which is nice. It does not have a water fountain. We also do not have anywhere to test anything. So be aware when you go in, if you're looking for electronics, you might ask ahead of time. I don't know that you're going to want to buy a bunch of electronics if you can't test them anywhere. So that might be a question to ask if electronics are what you're into. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can think of. Mostly I get a lot of stuff from there for Poshmark bread and butter items. I love it because, again, if I get 20 pounds of stuff that's clothing, it's 99 cents a pound. I mean, I can give a good deal. If somebody wants to make me an offer, I got wiggle room on that. It is, again, a lot of bread and butter items. It's going to be J. Crew and Taylor, stuff like that. Not looking at Gucci, Chanel. I always say that. But still enough that, I'm making $15, $20 here and there. And again, I can give a good price. And when I'm tired of looking at it and I don't want to share it anymore, I can mark it way down and I'm not going to be out a bunch of money. I also get a lot of vintage there. So a lot of the people who source from my Goodwill outlet are getting stuff that they take to Plato's Closet, Once Upon a Child, Buffalo Exchange, places like that, which is awesome. They're going to be looking for a lot of the same bread and butter that I'm looking for. What a lot of times they're not looking for is vintage. So 2 weeks ago, I picked up an awesome Vietnam era army jacket, which some people on the thrifting board helped me figure out how to date. I didn't know how to do that. I could date it based on the tag, and it had a lot of anti-war patches sewn on it, which were really cool. I was able to list that. Nobody had picked it up. I was able to list that on eBay and I sold it for $140. So I find lots of weird things like that because, again, a lot of the people who are my Goodwill outlet, they're not sourcing vintage. They're doing that at estate sales and places like that. They're not in the Goodwill outlet. So I found some killer vintage things in there, believe it or not. So if you are on an Etsy seller or you sell eBay vintage, or even if you sell Poshmark vintage, I feel like at my Goodwill outlet, that's something that you can definitely find there. Golly, I'm trying to think if I can think of anything else that I want to share. I love it. I love the Goodwill outlet. It's not a make or break thing for me. There is not one item of clothing. If somebody wants to get ugly with me about something, they are more than welcome to have it. you hear about people just getting crazy in there. There's nothing worth me getting crazy about that has to do with reselling. I'll go find something else or dig in another bin if somebody wants to get nutty. But again, that hasn't happened with me. I've always had a really good experience. If anybody's ever been kind of ugly, it maybe is the workers more so than the other people just trying to control the masses when they roll new bins out. So anyway, feel free if you have any questions, if you've never been to the bins, if you love the bins like I do, leave a comment down below. And again, if you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, give me a virtual high five in your mind, subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. We'll be back hopefully soon with another haul or a What Sold video as soon as I can get my floor replaced from my flood. Hope you guys are having a happy new year, and we'll see you next time. Bye!